Hello, welcome to Borderline Obsessed Travels, where I'm trying to get to every U.S. state high point, tri-point, county, and national park. I'm back, yet again, with another video. I think this one is going to focus mainly on Virginia. I'm missing one tri-point that involves Virginia, I'm missing the high point, and I am missing 18 counties and independent cities. And while I'm here, I'm also going to do 2 chunks of counties that I'm missing in North Carolina, just because geographically it makes sense to do that. So I think that's what this video is going to focus on. Enjoy. Good morning. I did get to all the counties I wanted to get to yesterday, so that means I'm done another big chunk of North Carolina, and I've officially been to all the counties in Virginia. Woohoo! Today I was planning on hiking Mount Rogers and also going to the North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia Tripoint, but it's raining hard enough that I don't want to have to do a hike that long in this weather, so I'm going to hang out an hour away from Mount Rogers today and attempt tomorrow. I hit a tire rolling across the highway, blew out my front left tire. Hopefully that's the only damage. Now I'm just waiting on the side of the highway for AAA. I was on the side of 81 waiting for AAA for 4 hours yesterday, but there's a donut on my car right now. It's morning, so I'm gonna go try to get that tire replaced. I really think that is the only thing wrong with my car, so that is good. Other good news is the Mount Whitney lottery results were announced this morning, and I have a date. So I'm going to be attempting to hike Mount Whitney this summer. It's the highest point in California and the highest point in the lower 48, so that's exciting. I got my tire replaced, and I figured it was early enough to still attempt Mount Rogers, so it's a little afternoon right now, and I've parked at Massey Gap, which is in Grayson Highlands State Park. It was a $7 fee to get into the state park, and I believe it's a little over an 8-mile round-trip hike to Mount Rogers, the highest point in Virginia. Every time I think I might see the peak, another taller peak comes into view. I made it to Mount Rogers. The view up here is actually not that great because there's a whole bunch of trees, but there was a whole bunch of great views on the way up here, so I'm not mad about it. So this is Mount Rogers, the highest point in Virginia and the 19th highest state high point in the US at 5,729 feet in elevation. It took me about an hour and 45 minutes to get up here from Massey Gap, a little over 4 miles. It wasn't overly technical, it was a little steep in some places, but generally a pretty easy hike, just long. Okay, maybe that other one wasn't the highest point, maybe this one's the highest point, the other one is over there. I can't tell. I don't know. I've been to both for good measure. So it took me about 3 hours and 40 minutes round trip, and now I'm heading to the North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia Tripoint. So I'm on the road leading to the Tripoint, and it's well maintained for the first like 2 miles, and then it gets rough enough that I don't trust my car doing it. And I asked a guy if he thought anyone would be bothered if I parked my car and just walked. I don't have any service, so I don't know how far I am. He said it was like 4 miles. I don't know if that's totally true, but I'm not trying to do another 8 miles of walking today. And then he said the people down here are very rough, which I don't know what that means. So I'm debating whether to try this or not. I stopped and talked to another guy and he offered to give me a ride, so I'm following him to the end of the road right now. This is the point where Ashe County, North Carolina, Johnson County, Tennessee, and Grayson County, Virginia meet. So I stopped to talk to another guy just to get his opinion, like if he thought I could make it up the road, and he said, yeah, probably. And I was like doubtful, so he was like, I'll just give you a ride. And I'm very glad he gave me a ride because it was probably at least 2 more miles on like a very washed out, ruddy road that my car absolutely would not have made. And it saved me a lot of walking. I'm very appreciative. So that was my video about Virginia. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want, don't if you don't. See you next time. Bye.